song. Hello and welcome to Rhythm and Pixels, episode 4-7. This is a video game music podcast, and I'm your host, Rob Nichols. But there's another host over there.
Where? Where is he? Oh, wait.
It's you!
Oh, yeah. In that case, it is I.
It's you.
Pernell. I am the other host.
So what we do is every week we listen to great video game music, right?
Jam tunes. Awesome tunes.
What's our topic this week?
Funny enough, we went with, just like we were kind of like, I almost want to call it like a jam session where we just kind of throwing together some ideas and see what's stuck. And this one ends up becoming mechanical. Let's live with that. So the idea is levels in games or scenarios in games that involve robotics, mechanical concepts, machinery. Just anything that comes to mind when you think mechanical. So, kind of free flow episode. Those are my favorite kind of things.
Yeah, I was thinking like, you think like the clockwork stage in Castlevania, right?
That would be mechanical because you could describe it as there's a lot of gears in motion.
Right. A lot of like Nintendo, like old school Nintendo games, like the tiled backgrounds would have like fakey circuitry and stuff like that. And it's mechanical.
Yeah, and as we know, typically when games, not every game, mind you, but most games when they have a level of this style, the type of music that plays to it follows a certain styling as well, a certain sound, if you will, that conveys, oh man, everything's getting robotic now. Here come the clones.
Yeah, I hope our picks this week kind of I hope the picks that we have this week have those qualities and you can hear them. We'll have to try to pick those out.
But hey, if they don't and you think you got better, hey, we're all ears. Bring it down.
Oh, really? Because I don't want to say, if you think you got better,
you got the tunes.
You can forget it.
Oh, no. I don't want them to forget it. I want to hear it. We got to hear it.
Absolutely. I was just kidding.
I know.
Joking around.
He wasn't kidding.
So I feel like it's been a long time.
It's been a few weeks, actually.
Yeah.
We pre-recorded our previous episodes in anticipation of some adventures, so to speak.
I had to go to Houston for a week, and man, it's hot down there.
But you got hot. You melted, and then someone poured you into a mold and refroze you back to your current state, and you're back.
Yeah, I came back. Anyway, but I'm back now. I'm back, and I'm here.
And I entered an intergalactic cooking competition, which was surprisingly lame.
How'd you make out?
Oh, I came in second. I lost to some kind of like intergalactic goulash. It was like they used some Saturn dust and a touch of roux. And for some reason they put chicken in it. Nothing made sense about this dish, but I guess that's what made it so, I don't know, so spacey.
Maybe.
And it won. I mean, I tried curry chicken almond pern, and it just didn't go.
Pern. Second place isn't that bad.
I don't know. It's the number one loser.
Well, you're the first loser.
Go for it, man. No, I kid. I was happy to get second place. It was a nice medal. They had a little ceremony for me, and we got blitzed. It was
That's
fun.
good. So it was good.
Yeah, we played a lot of football.
You had a lot of cooking wine, and then you had a lot of wine with cooking.
Yes.
That's good. I say on the Instagram page, I've been posting some pictures of the studio office here, and I've rearranged it again because that's what I do. I'm
Rob's second job, interior decorator.
Yeah, that's all I do. Just rewiring everything. But yeah, I'm going to decorate the studio here with like classic game consoles. So I know I've got my Dreamcast and my Sega Genesis, my original first generation Sega Genesis, is somewhere in my mom's house. I got to find that thing because that would be great to put on display. But I want to find a classic Nintendo somewhere. So I gotta start looking for that stuff. I don't know how easy is that to find. I used to be able to go to like a flea market and just like find that stuff.
I think they're still out there now. You just gotta. It's just a matter of whether you're getting a Model 1 or a Model 2. That's all. But they're still
the
out
top
there.
loader, I heard, is like really hard to find, right?
Yeah, that's the Model 2.
Right,
but
so
Model 1 should be everywhere.
Yeah, I would love to find a Model 1, so I just gotta start looking.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, during the course of this period, I started playing a fan-suggested game called, Fan Cameron suggested a game called Brainlord to me and to you, but you're more about the jam on it, and you were out of town.
Yeah.
And even though outside of the competition there wasn't a whole lot to do in space, so I booted up Brainlord.
That's good. I've heard Brainlord's pretty good, right?
It is. It invoked. It definitely was an Enos game and invoked feelings of Seventh Saga, which I played many years ago. It is apparently a short game. I've talked to some friends who've played it as well, but I put maybe 4 hours into it so far. Action RPG. Very. I want to say by the books in the sense of that. The typical is hack and slash, but you get like bow and arrows. You find little fairies that you can kind of equip and level up with you. They're like side attackers or healers or what have you. And I've been enjoying it. Like I booted it up with the intent of just see what it looked like, and I played for 4 hours. So
that sounds really, really cool, actually.
Yeah, it was, and the music in it is, as Cameron put it, it is very good. Yeah. I've been enjoying the music in it.
Well, what system was it on again? I forgot to mention it.
Super Nintendo.
Oh. So
it's easy. It definitely makes it easy to access and try if you'd like to give it a go.
Well, I'm going to give the soundtrack a go. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, the game is short too. I mean,
yeah, I know.
You play through Hyper Light Drift, and you can handle this one.
I don't know what it is. I have to fall into the game. But Hyper Light Drifter, I was like going to do it anyway. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Do I have anything else to mention? I can't remember. That's fine. We'll think of it during the show.
Yes, because I think people want to hear us jam out or listen to some tunage.
So, this is 4-7. Means you start.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my Google Doc open.
I wasn't ready.
We know.
Oh, who am I kidding? I shoot from the hip, dang it. Let's go with a rarely used system in the show for my first pick. I went with Kirby 64.
Nice.
From the N64.
That's right. We don't play a lot of Nintendo 64 tracks.
Nah, because I can't think of too many tracks from that game system that were spectacular. But now I'm just pretty much going to be a challenge to myself now after I said that, made that comment. But the track in question is called, Factory Investigation, which is the running track title for the series with this particular tune. Anyway, it's
a factory
investigation.
I have factory inspection. But, I probably just wrote factory inspection because that sounds right.
It's okay.
All right, how about this? We just listen to the tune because it's Kirby music, so it's going to kick ass, right?
Oh, well, wait, will.
All right, let's listen to the tune.
I'll eat my hat if it doesn't.
Okay.
Welcome back. You are listening to the track Factory Investigation from the game Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. And this track has, I think it has a multiple composer later, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got 3 composers here. Oh my god, the laptop's so far away.
My eyes.
Masayoshi Tanimura, Hiroki Suga, and Kenji Miki.
I love the fact that the track sounds like there was an employee at HAL Laboratories who was just having car troubles. and he was like, yo, no, don't fix it yet. We need this. Leave it in the garage until we get some samples. And they just went over like, come on, start it.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's just, I love that sound. Like, the car just can't start, and it's like panning left and right. It's crazy.
So good. Like this. Now, for those who aren't 100% familiar with the Kirby games, I can't imagine too many people out there aren't familiar with Kirby games at this point, but they have a penchant for remixing tracks multiple times throughout the series' life. So this, you've probably heard this track as recently as, Kirby Planet Robobot, which came out, I guess, a couple months ago.
Robobot.
And then there was the original version that I recall the most was from Kirby Canvas Curse from the Mad Mechanism stage. But to me, this was probably my favorite one of the iterations of games that I've played, so I went with this.
I like it. It's it definitely has the mechanical feel, obviously.
Oh yeah,
but the even the sound, the
yeah,
then the orchestra hits right here.
Oh yeah. It's like it has the Kirby feel to it, but it also has that little bit of extra spice that Kirby 64 brought to the table for most of the tracks in the game. It's honestly a very solid product, and for the record, for anyone who's never played Kirby 64, it is probably one of my favorite Kirby games because this is the only one that they did in the series history where he could make mixture powers, where he would take series staple powers like Spark and Fire and Ice, and he could combine 2 of them to get a superpower.
This is the only one you could do that?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know
so,
that.
like, if you got, I think it was Spark plus Ice, you'd become a refrigerator that shot food at everybody. And then you can turn back into Kirby and eat the food you shot out to get health back. It's kind of gross, but it's cool, too.
It's very cool, actually. I like that.
So there's all kinds of weird powers like that. Like, the game was very unique in that form. So, and a lot of the puzzles involve having the right mixture power and stuff.
I love that breakdown. It says, it's just, the car is not starting. So are there cars in the stage?
No cars. No cars. It's just seriously a guy who just, I don't know what direction they took to take this to make this track, but yeah, there's no cars.
Yeah, the beginning section, you can hear maybe where the original Kirby music would be, where it'd be like kind of faster. And
then the car doesn't start.
But it's like kind of like a slow, like it feels like a shuffly, half-timey, like dubstep song. Actually, I could really hear like some like really heavy like kick and snare. Boom.
It's
pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm all over this game. Like I kind of want to play it when I get home now, because I haven't played Kirby 64 in a very long time, actually.
This is good. Ooh, and this part right here, it's got like a Final Fantasy feel to it to me.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
It's like, the car's not starting, but we're still on an adventure.
The car's not quite started, but who cares? We got a chocobo.
Yeah. This is like the chocobo isn't starting.
Well, I think he just needs a little bit more Geisho greens, and he'll be back up to snuff before you know it.
And then, boom, right on the breakdown here. Wait.
And then he just works all over the place.
And there's the car get started again.
Bip, 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 bip.
I love that. I love that they spent like the disk space to put in those awesome sound effects just for the song.
Well, I'm loving this.
I feel like a lot of times, especially like in older Super Nintendo games, like they'll have sound effects used in the game, like voices and things, like especially like on beat 'em ups.
Oh,
yeah, but they'll use them like in the music too.
I've heard that before. I feel like I've heard games that do that. I think Streets of Rage did that a couple times.
Yeah, I think definitely. Because I love those.
Yeah, like give it. That's not a word. but someone thought it was.
Someone probably was on it. All right, let's keep going. So I'm going to go from like newest to oldest to newest, sort of. I'm going to start with the classic Nintendo. The first game that came to my mind when we talk about mechanical type stages, and that is Metal Storm for the NES.
Ooh.
I had a lot of memories playing this as a kid and just being super frustrated. But man, I played it again recently, and it looks amazing. This is some of the coolest graphics for the
Like
NES.
it held up?
Oh yeah, it looks like the robots and everything. I'll talk about more about it when the track plays. But the track is super cool. I really like it. This is level 1 from the game Metal Storm for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Now you're listening with power. Start the car!
One more time. Come on. Yeah.
Come on!
Starting the music. Gotta start the music.
Come on, Betsy.
There it goes.
And jamming.
This is Stage 1 from the game Metal Storm for the Nintendo Entertainment System by Toru Watanabe. And I love this opening.
I like how it just kind of ramped up. And
right.
it was like,
yeah, here we go. Take off.
Do. And I can see this being like how a Nintendo game would be to how like a lot of games it's hard to describe, but the character has that weird like a fast slidey animation when he walks. I've never played Metal Storm. This is an example of a game where Nintendo Power would portray it, and I couldn't afford it, but I would read the issue over and over again, thinking one day I will get it, and I never did.
One of the rare issues that I played a game that you haven't.
This is very rare.
It's amazing.
Very rare.
It looks really, really great. I'm really the explosion animation is really fascinating. The game looks like anime style mecha robots.
Now, if I remember correctly, it has a gravity inversion mechanic, right?
Right. So you jump and hit jump again, you flip the gravity, and so a lot of the game is sort of got puzzle aspects to it. So you're kind of flipping the gravity up and down to avoid bullets and the enemies. It's actually really, really hard. Playing through it again, I couldn't get past stage 3. It's tough.
I need to give it a go, because I know, like, you've played Mega Man 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, Gravity Man's level, to me, is, like, my favorite one in the game for the reason of the gravity inversion mechanic.
Yeah.
So
it's a very cool idea. But again, like, the graphics and the animation in this game are almost beyond what I think that, like, what was going on with the Nintendo. So this... So 1990, so it's not even like super late in the system. It's sort of late in the system, 1990. But the way the robot, your main character is a mecha robot, he's actually a pretty decent size. Like you imagine like Mega Man times 2.
Oh, as far as the size?
The size, yeah. And then but like it really detailed, and like the running animation looks really smooth. It's a really slick looking game. So, but all the stages are like you're in spaceships or like in some kind of metal. Like mechanical, techie looking kind of base. So when I was thinking like mechanical stages, I was thinking Metal Storm.
I definitely think it fits. I mean, robots are mechanical, and the
robots
whole
are
game is
totally mechanical.
Unless you get one of those organic robots.
But it's one of those things where it's like you play the game as the robot. So it's like, are you the robot or are you the person piloting the robot?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think as a child, I think I'd want to obviously be the robot because who needs to be a pilot where you can actually be like, you could be a machine.
So like, would you want to be the little guy in Blaster Master or do you want to be the tank?
Honestly, in Blaster Master's case, it's hard to say because in that game, both play a vital role in the game because if the main character was melded to Sophia, you'd never get to kill any of the bosses. So
Sophia, that's
the name of the car. Tank, Sophia, right? I think it was like Sophia Third.
Yeah, but who would you be?
I'd be the car, obviously, because the car doesn't get the glory of killing bosses, but the car can drive on the ceiling, it can swim.
Oh, remember that 80s cartoon where the guy turned into the car?
Turbo Teen?
Turbo Teen.
Oh, yeah, man.
You Turbo Teen it out.
It looked so painful when he did, too. His face was stretched.
Yeah, his eyes would just bug out. Oh,
and
my
his
God.
friends had no problem with it. They were totally cool with a friend who turned into a car.
I'm making notes so we can watch the opening to this later.
It was such a bizarre...
Turbo Teen. Got it.
Man, cartoons this day and age just can't compete, man. They were coming up with some bizarre stuff back in the day.
Really,
Because they had the shotgun cartoons out to fill in all those Saturday morning lineups and the weekday lineups.
Well, there was at that time, especially like in the 80s, I feel like they discovered how to do animation much more cheaply, and they were just churning out the crap.
That is true, but I wouldn't call it crap so much as
we enjoyed it, but
moderately less pleasant than it could have been.
But yeah, okay, all right. Voltron, not great.
Hey, whoa there.
It was fun. We were, I don't know. It's been a long time.
Hey.
New Voltron. Watch it the whole time.
Yeah, I watched the new Voltron.
Oh, did you watch it?
No, I need to.
Oh, do it.
I'm behind, man.
I know. There's a lot of stuff. Like we were just finished watching Limitless. That was awesome. You should check that out too. Limitless, great, underrated show. It's on Netflix.
Stranger Things is also good.
Did you finish that? Did you finish that?
Oh, I watched that show in 2 days.
Yeah, that was so good.
It was my new addiction for 2 days.
That's so good. I love the guy who plays the cop in that.
Yeah. I can't spoil my thoughts on the cop, but yeah, I did like the cop.
What else was he in? I saw him in something else fairly recently. I thought he was the principal in Video Games High School.
I've never seen that show. That's the problem.
That's not... Okay. I feel like the internet's going to hate me. If they ever listen to this show, they're going to hate me. But, like, it's not a great show. Video Games High School, not great. But it's got so much charm. So much charm that you kind of like it anyway.
Or do you?
I don't know. It really reminds me of being in my 20s and playing so much DDR that I felt like there was nothing else in the world. And in this show, there's nothing else in the world but video games.
Well, that's my kind of life. So
yeah, it's not so bad, right?
Yeah, if that could be all life is, then sign me the heck up.
All right, let's keep it rolling. We're only 2 songs in, so
yeah, we got a ways to go. We're probably boring the poor listeners out there. We're sorry, guys. We just like to ramble.
I'm not apologizing. You're going to sit here and listen to the rest of the show. No, but you're going to enjoy it because Pernell's got a great track coming up.
Maybe. It depends. I'm torn between 2 here. And it goes from either choose a number between 1 and 5.
4.
Okay, well I'm going with the latter then because 4. So I'm going with a track from one of my favorite games of recent.
Okay.
It's from the game Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky.
Nice.
Don't read the acronym on the air. And it's a very good track. It's sort of a spoiler, so I can't say where it comes into the game per se, but it's called Ancient Makes, and I think it fits the theme quite nicely. So,
all right, let's take a listen.
And you're back listening to what I believe is a mechanical soundy-ish track, not on the same noodle. But anyway, it's called Ancient Makes, and it's from the game Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. It's on the PC and the PS Vita. Okay. And its composers are...
We have three composers, again, Hayato Sanada, Wataru Ishibashi, and Takahide Murayama. And do you know... Trails in the Sky reminds me of a Tales game. Like the title reminds me of like a Tales game.
Like Tales of the Abyss, and that sort of that series? The Namco
like Eternals, Sonata, something. This is...
yeah. Different companies, though, so the relationship isn't there, per se, but...
Definitely has that anime, like, look to it.
Well, it does have the anime style. It's like all the characters have the eyes and the look.
And it's got this section of the song coming up where the violin comes in, done super anime. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My kind of jam.
Yeah, I was not expecting this section. I was like, oh!
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just going to loop back around, but instead we get this whole sweeping section here where the rhythm actually changes. It sounds like a triplets, like but then it comes back with that heavy rock beat.
Yeah, you totally thought wrong, good sir. In a good way.
Yeah, this is my favorite section. This section and that cool like keyboard solo at the very beginning, keyboard chorus kind of at the beginning.
I mean, honestly, like just to put in perspective, like as far as like where this fits, like I can't spoil it, but there are mechanical things. And they're large, and it makes the game kind of take a really big turn.
Is it mechanical things, or is it like a mechanical, like, world level stage kind of thing?
All of the above.
All right.
So it all fits in there. It's just, this is one of the few games where it's like, to even say it is like a big spoiler, but it needs to be played to be experienced. And I think it's interesting, like we were talking about, like, it's like a space mechanical, like it's like a spaceship sort of thing.
Yeah.
I get out of the sound. So I think it definitely fits the motif of the episode. State my case, yeah. But yeah, the funny part is like the other track I was going to pick had more of a mechanical sound, I think, to it, but it's also a very heavily run track, and the soundscape, I think, so it would. I'm sure everyone here has already heard that track, so I was like,
This is a really cool... I like this. Is the rest of the soundtrack similar to this? This is really good.
Actually, no. Like, the whole soundtrack is good, mind you, don't get me wrong, but most of the tracks in the game are very, like, mellow. There's violins all over the dang place, though, so you'll get your fill of violins and string instruments, but it's a very relaxing style of game up to a certain point.
Yeah, this doesn't sound as relaxing.
No, this is where crap hits the fan, the proverbial fan. So it's fantastic for that. So
really enjoying this tune,
and a highly recommended game. And now that's on Steam, everyone should be playing it. Everybody.
All right, so let's get silly with my next track. How about that?
It's going. Maybe you're all homosexuals. That's the first thing.
McVeigh.
I'm a neurotic little nerd who likes to sleep with little girls.
Oh my God.
You suck, McVeigh. Everyone here who's listening to this show is old enough to listen to The Simpsons, so your ears are not being contaminated today.
Just look up some McVeigh YouTube clips. You're good. Anyway, we're getting silly. A little less serious. This is the game, the side-scrolling beat-em-up arcade classic ported to the Super Nintendo. Sonic Blast Man.
That's a game people don't bring up often, I bet.
No, I'm sure.
So that's why it needs to be on the show.
Produced by Taito, the house band Zuntata. I guess composed and arranged the music. And this is the stage, Space. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Space Station. So check it out.
do.
Yeah, you were not mistaken. I looped that twice.
Do.
That bass line and that solo has got me just all like pumped, like all sorts of pumped.
I'm in.
So yeah, it's a Sonic Blast Man, the Space Station stage, composed by Zuntata, the Taito House Band. This is the Super Nintendo, obviously the Super Nintendo version. This is originally an arcade title. Really silly side-scrolling beat 'em up, like where your guy does like a cartoony thing where he grabs a guy to punch him, but he winds up the punch in a big cartoony way, like where he picks up a dude and like he'll spin him around in the air and like throw him. It's really silly, but
some would say that's when he unleashes the Sonic Blast.
And actually, I thought this was a game that I had played at like a friend's house, but it was actually I think that was Captain Commando, and I ended up finding this anyway. And like, oh man, this is so good.
Yeah, I've honestly, this is another game example where I've never played it before, but also Nintendo Power showed me the way. But it does make me think in the source. We've been choosing a number of beat 'em up style tracks, not just today overall, but just for the series in general, the whole show. And thinking back to the days where we were so excited to play a new beat 'em up, and to this day I'll still go back. I almost booted up Fighting Force on my Vita here, in fact. But with very few exceptions, beat 'em ups all boil down to you have a punch, attack, you have a jump kick, you have a grab and a throw, and a super.
Yeah, well, I guess the more like quote modern ones like Castle Crashers and
even Castle Crashers, like
yeah, it's like that, but you also have like a block usually, like or Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim has a block, but this is where I almost propose to anyone who's listening. How often did you actually use the block, aside from learning that you could do it? Like, oh, I got to move that bases on blocking.
Really?
And then you never bother.
I felt like I never played through the entire game, so I always felt like you would need that more later on, right?
Never.
No.
No.
I guess I'm wrong.
There's only one boss I can think of where blocking was mandatory, and that was Todd Ingram, because he has that super vegetable attack.
Oh my God.
If you're fast, you can dodge that too.
I love Todd Ingram so much.
So, I mean, you really don't even have to block. It's like it's cosmetic at best. But, yeah, I mean, so many fighting games boil into the exact same mechanics. Some you can't even pick up street debris to fight with.
Yeah.
And yet we love them.
We love them anyway. I gotta say, all right, so Todd Ingram is like, so his thing is he has special powers because he's vegan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's like, in my mind, Scott Pilgrim's mind is like, he tells everyone he's vegan, so he's so special. So obviously he has special vegan superpowers, and like, and that, of course, that's all like, you know, overblown in the comics or the movie. But like, I was just in Texas, and here I am meeting all these people for the first time, and I'm like, I'm vegetarian.
Yeah, that makes sense. You think about it down there, everybody's on ribeye,
and they're probably like, "Oh, he's so special." They were really nice about it. But I was like,
you know what'll do good for that salad? If you just drizzled an entire steak over it. Like,
I'm like,
no!
I'm off the team, aren't I? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all sorts. It's cool.
All I'm saying is you might want to double check. He might have been squeezing meat into your beverages while you were in the bathroom.
Oh, man. Let's not ever say those words in that order ever again.
Unintended, but better for it now. Thank you for that.
All right, we're rolling over, so let's keep it rolling on. What you got?
All right, here's another case of onesie or twosie.
I like both.
Well, we know that,
but very much.
I'm struggling here. Fast pace or slow pace?
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm in a funky mood. So let's speed it back up again.
All right, so we're not doing the first one. Okay, in that case, I'm going with Expander.
All right.
From Streets of Rage 2.
Honestly, I'm happy with either.
Okay. Oh, such fantastic tracks.
Great soundtrack. So yeah.
But from the big man to Yuzo Koshiro, we got the beautiful, beautiful Expander from the game Streets of Rage 2.
Awesome.
Get your fisticuffs ready. Welcome back to the show. You listen to Expander from the Track from Yuzo Koshiro. It's from the game Street Fighters, not quite Streets Race 2, but it's done by Yuzo Koshiro and it's awesome.
Yeah, I think this soundtrack and this song more than any other songs of the soundtrack make me want to put on like big, super baggy pants and get some like glow sticks
and just go to town, right?
Yeah, it's just like.
Go punch some robots in the mechanical face.
It sounds so much like that hardcore techno of the early '90s that I was just in love with. You know, it just. Tell
the world what's up. Shove that down.
They go to the club and drink like 8 coffees and just dance for like hours.
Yeah, it's definitely this track, I think, and I think honestly, deep down, I was choosing between this and another track from the same game, whose name I won't say in case we play it later. But we will play it later.
Oh, we will. I mean, like, the Streets of Rage soundtrack is just so good. Like, all of them.
Yes, it is.
I think I said it before. I think that the second game has, like, some of my favorite of all of them. Although the third one is really different.
Yeah, the third game, people don't give it a lot of respect, but I think it deserves far more because while the second game is the overall best soundtrack, the third game was very experimental in the sense that he did things with it that to this day people haven't done, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't get more credit. Like
there's that one song that's like a Shinobi track played backwards.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
I want to say it's called like Shinobi. I actually think it's called like Shinobi Beat or something like that.
Yeah, Shinobi Beat. That's the one. Yeah,
but like it's really freaking good, and it deserves way more acclaim than it gets.
Yeah, that's so good. Like he's got like this just a really good. He knows how to use the Genesis synthesizer with that Master System PSG and even the sampler to get like those kick drums and the snare drums that just sounds so much like the music of the time. And the bass comes through real good.
And as we all know, I think we've had the discussion even on here before, but like I've always had the idea like if I could somehow get the access to recommend tracks to the nightclub, I would love to be able to get a bunch of this man's tracks on the horn. But not let anybody know that they're from a video game to see if anyone notices or cares.
Think that you're a DJ from the 90s, come from the past.
To show the world.
We gotta go back, Pernell.
Marty, it's your children. They don't know how to rock.
They're children. They don't know how to use glow sticks.
That is terrible, Doc. I know, right? But like,
oh man, if they redid Back to the Future and it was like that.
That's the new premise. We've just sold a new film right there.
Like your parents were ravers in the 90s.
Hey, we don't like to talk about it, but yeah, we were cool.
Oh my god!
But like, yeah, all these tracks are good. They definitely fit. They definitely fill a void in the gaming sphere as far as music goes that I don't think many, if any, other games do. That might even be just about be a topic of an episode, but that would take weeks to prepare for. I think, admittedly, the music that doesn't sound like it's from a game music episode.
Well, I like to think that a lot of our tracks kind of transcend that whole thing. I mean, it sounds like game music, and there's certainly.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong.
Music composed for games have a certain sound to it, but like I feel like
But that's the gimmick.
This could be somewhere else, yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, we believe most of, if not everything we listen to, of course, can be listened to in our cars. But we also know what we're listening to. I'm talking, the person that we all notice, like, you guys still play games. What's that about? Like, well, nothing to do with games here, but here's an awesome track from this band you've never heard of, but you need to listen to.
I am slowly like putting together like a track, like a little playlist on my iPod of classic Nintendo games that sound like hip hop instrumentals.
See, it's like that sound you've been looking for. Well, listen to this to bring Back to the Future back into it.
I was going to try to think of another good one, but I can't think of another good one. I'm going straight into my next track. This is because I can't think of it. This is from Mega Man Battle Network 4. There was 4 of them.
Oh, there was more than that.
There was at least 4 of them for the Game Boy Advance. This is called Global Network or Internet.
Get online.
So yeah, it's mechanical. So let's check it out. Get online and check it out. You're listening to Internet Theme, or the global network for Mega Man Battle Network 4 for the Game Boy Advance by Toshihiko Yoriyama.
Love these games.
This is a cool song. I feel like this is an 80s like new wave like ballad, you know? And there should be some lyrics here.
I think Mega Man would be honored to hear you say that, actually.
Yeah, like Mega Man was like kind of like dressed in black and had like a lot of makeup, and there's like a guy with like there's like 3 keyboardists behind him. And right here, it sounds so lyrical. Da, 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 da. Here comes. And I love you.
No,
I love you,
Mega Man. Well,
but this part gets weird. I like it.
I'm gonna get real weird.
Yeah, but then it sounds like like that kind of cool pitch bendy Super Nintendo sound, but it's got the PSG Nintendo like square wave right there.
That's the interesting thing about these games, like
Mega Man. I'm really a Mega Man.
Oh dear Lord! So here you are, folks. You were hearing the first cut from our new album. Rhythm and Pixels gets down with it.
I love this song. It's so addictive.
It's a good track. Like, I mean, the series took a lot of flack over the years, but you can't deny the music itself in the series was really good.
Yeah,
they always did a good job with
I don't know much about this game. I know there's like a grid of you move Mega Man on a grid.
Yeah, basically it takes on like a card battle style system, but instead of cards, it's chips. And you have a certain number of megabytes to which to install your chips.
I like that.
And each chip is an attack, so you get your every battle is like a 9x3 grid, but each side gets 3x3. So you are doing 2 things. You're trying to shoot across the grid with your Mega Buster, or you use special chips to do special attacks. And you can also like take over parts of their grid, and they can take over parts of your grid to give you more or less space to maneuver. And it's a surprisingly awesome concept.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. That might be an idea for the cover for the episode. You and I like fighting on a grid.
Hey, that could work. I mean, that could work.
That whole chip system reminds me of a card game I played recently called Netrunner by Fantasy Flight. And it's 2 players. It's like kind of like the Magic the Gathering style, except like it's asymmetrical. One guy's a defender, a corporation, and the other guy's a hacker attacking it. And you have to play cards that increase your power, but you have to install them as programs, and you only have so much RAM and certain programs. So it's like, I only have so much mana to spend, but it's it's all computer-y, 90s hackery based. It was really fun.
We need to get our hands on that game, because I would like to give it a Wally Tolly go.
Yeah, shout outs to Roshan. I played it with Roshan.
Did he kick your butt?
Yeah. 3 times in a row.
There it is.
And we switched sides.
Next time he comes in town,
he's good.
We got to show him up. That will not stand. This is pretty much a brainy kid that is related to Mr. Rob here.
Yeah.
And he pretty much came over here to visit, and he mudhole stomped us.
Yeah, he loves games like we do, and just really good at figuring them out. It's got that young brain, is able to just pick things apart really quickly.
And mudhole stomping, he's good at that.
Yeah, just taking you downtown.
Mm-hmm. But fun time nonetheless.
Fun time, yeah.
It's my ego.
We were both learning a new game. All right, it was a new game.
This is true.
But he was like, no, this is New Game Plus.
And he schooled us. He schooled a lot of us.
Schooled us out. All right, that's it, right?
That's all about that. Well, except for a small component.
Yeah, I think it's time for the bonus round.
The what now? The who's gal? Bonus round.
All right, this is the part of the show where we play covers and remixes based on today's theme. Today's theme is mechanical stages, which is very loosely, mechanically, robotic-y.
I think deep down we nailed it for the most part.
We know what we're doing.
And if we didn't nail it, it's because it was intentional, so just enjoy the music.
Yeah, we just did, yeah. What'd you pick?
All right. I actually found I was intent specifically on finding a remix for the track Devil's Lab from Final Fantasy VI. And to be perfectly honest, I had a very hard time coming across one that I actually liked.
Yeah, you have a really specific focus.
Yeah, I was digging. I mean, really digging. And when all hope seemed lost, I came across a very, very special one. And even more so still, this guy deserves all the hits he can possibly get because this was freaking awesome. Yeah. So I give you Devil's Lab. He didn't even change the name. He's just that modest about it.
Yeah, just the cover.
By Carson, I maybe mispronouncing it, Mauthe.
We're going to call him the Mauthe. Carson Mauthe.
Mix Master Mauthe.
are back.
Oh. How about them apples? And I mean apples.
That was what was it called again?
Devil's Lab.
From Final Fantasy VI by Carson Mauthe. You can check that out on their website, servercrashers.com. Looks like they have like podcasts, and a lot of his other music is linked there, and it's also linked to his SoundCloud. I'm going to have links to both of those because he's got a lot of great music on his SoundCloud.
And I'm going to be digging deep into that to find a few tracks more because, like I said, if they sound like that, then I am in for a treat, as are you, as are anyone who is willing to give this a solid go.
And you know what's classic is you picked a great rock track. I'm going to pick an electronic track.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so I went, you can't have a mechanically type, technically type music theme. Anyway, I got to pick Sonic. This is the Death Egg Zone. It's called Dat Egg, though, by Toni Leys. This is from the compilation Spin Dash, released by Game Chop. So let's give it a spin.
Dat Egg, though.
Dat Egg. That was Dat Egg, though, by Toni Leys. Death Egg Zone from Sonic 3.
I think we need to set up a situation here where I can detach the microphone from the stand so that I can start break dancing.
I was like, oh, do I need to move something? You're like, no. I want to stand on my head and spin.
I want to get down.
Yeah, you can't like...
To that egg dough.
You can't beat the bass lines in the Sonic games, like, and it just lends itself so well to that music.
Well, they do a fantastic job. I mean, it's a example of an OST style that I feel like I don't see too often anymore or hear too often anymore.
Yeah, really. But this is a great compilation. This is from the compilation Spin Dash, again released by Game Chops just last year. So go to iTunes, go to GameChops.com. Buy it. It's every track on this thing is so good. Like it's all like dancey electronic stuff, but like kind of in different styles, and it's really faithful to the original music, and it's really well produced. It's just it's delicious for your ears.
And nutritious?
It's got everything the body needs.
All of it?
All of it.
Even sodium trinitroglyceride glutamate?
I don't know if you need that in your ears, but if you did, it would have that too.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, it makes your ears grow.
Oh, okay. In that case, then sign me up for growing ears.
Anyway, so for more information on the tracks on the bonus round part of our show, links to their Facebook, SoundClouds, anywhere we can get them linked to, check out the website, rhythmandpixels.com. We'll have it all there, and you can check them out. Thank you for joining us today, tonight, this morning, whenever you're listening to the show. Thank you for listening. This has been episode 4-7, our focus, close up on mechanical-themed stages type stuff.
Thingamabobs. Ringamaborts.
I thought this was great. We had some really good tracks. This is up there as like one of my favorite music shows. I mean, I like all the music, but I feel like this was solid.
I feel like whenever we push the envelope on a weird topic, we come up with some pretty interesting selections. So maybe next time we should come up with something even more ridiculous, like songs composed on Thursday evenings while drunk.
Composers that start with the letter M.
Yes, there we go. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter that's M.
We got a lot of episodes coming up. We got to get through the alphabet.
Yeah. But I mean, this was definitely a fun episode, and every once in a while it's good to come up with I feel like this even was a bit of an excuse to come up with use some of the tracks in the show too, to get them all together.
Yeah,
kind of round them up.
Just some different ones. So we got a few ideas for the next episodes coming up, and it's I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, because this is going to make me have to flex my muscles because. The next one, if I'm not mistaken, is a Rob selected choice.
I didn't think we had decided on it, but yeah, is it going to be?
No, don't just.
Okay. Well, let's spoil it. So check it out next week, every Monday. Something to look forward to. Start your Monday off right.
Put some rhythm in your step. And some pixels in your pants.
I was going to say like a cup of video game music. But you can put some pixels in your pants.
Yeah, like fire in your pants. Okay. Light them.
All right, I got you. That's hilarious. We gotta end the show. We gotta end it right there.
Maybe come up with some more metaphors for the show. But the point is, rock out with us every Monday. Enjoy yourself.
Right.
And of course, share with your friends. Make it kind of the water cooler thing. This episode of Stranger Things last night. Yeah, man. Rhythm and Pixels was on there. It was sweet.
We were there, man. We were there. Actually, no. Real quick before we sign off and do our thing, I was listening through. I rearranged the office studio here, rearranged all my records, and I found some old Kraftwerk records. You know Kraftwerk?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Kraftwerk, super classic '80s techno-y type stuff. A lot of like old school hip hop sampled them. Anyway. The song Autobahn, it's called Autobahn, was like their first big hit. It reminded me so much of the opening theme to Stranger Things, and it's like kind of like that same era of like synthesizer type stuff. So Kraftwerk, Stranger Things, it's together. It's the same thing. I'll play it for you. It's
like
cool.
Peanut butter and butter.
It's really crazy. It's cool. Maybe it's just the stuff on the single that I've got, but I'm really proud of my collection. All right, so that's it. Yeah. Stranger Things, Rhythm and Pixels, Pixels in your pants.
That's right.
I need that on a t-shirt.
Jam on it.
All right. Yeah, so if you want to let us know how you're doing, what's up, what's going on in your life, what did you have for dinner?
We'd like to hear what you had for dinner.
If you're lonely, want someone to like talk to, or if
about what you had for dinner.
You need someone to mediate a dispute.
About what you should have for dinner.
If it's dinner related, we can help you out.
We specialize in dinner related concepts.
Send us an email
at rhythmandpixels@hotmail.com.
Right. And if all of that fails, check out the website
at rhythmandpixels.com/dinner.
/dinner. I gotta put something there now. You just go there and it's just you eating. Actually, if I just gotta get like an animated like GIF of just shoveling food or something.
The
like
hands could be flying.
Yeah, there's the GIFs where it's just like the little stick figure arms. Like we're both just like it's way too visual for a podcast, but we're just kind of fake slap fighting each other. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/rhythmandpixels. Got some cool discussion going on there. If you think we would like to play a game, tell us the game we should play.
Would you like to play a game?
Anyway, yeah. I got words in my mouth. Check out the Twitter, Rhythm and Pixels. Lots of goofy stuff going on there. The Instagram, instagram.com/// Rhythm and Pixels.
That's a lot of slash and dash.
I don't know how it works. I still don't know how it works, but there's pictures there of of us hanging out, all sorts of good stuff.
Sounds like a party to me.
Yeah. Anything else? I don't really think so. Nothing big coming up here. Just some more.
If
awesome
you happen
episodes.
to be on the moon, I don't know how you got there, but if you happen to take a trip to the moon and you want to hit us up there, just find crater B6-2, and you'll find Rhythm and Pixels etched in the dirt.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah,
we're there. Just sign your name underneath it.
Anywhere you get podcasts, even up on the moon, you'll find us. Honestly, every podcast service, I think I've tried to stick us on there.
Oh yeah, go up there and rock out.
So also, I'm gonna be on the PlayStation Network finally soon. Just to play Street Fighter V. So yeah,
he's not lying, by the way.
I'll have my that's all I'm playing. I'll have that up on the site probably, so you can add me and you can ask me to play a game I'm never gonna play. But really, I'm just calling out Dan Wagner. I'm taking you down.
Oh, that's dirty talk.
My old training partner, Street Fighter 4 training partner. Just gonna beat him up for a while. I'm totally lying. He kills me.
Oh, speaking of fighting games, by the way, did you hear there's apparently a petition, or not a petition, but the Rival Schools director is trying to get people to tweet about Rival Schools 3 to hopefully get one produced.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would like to see that. I really enjoy the Rival Schools games.
And as much as I don't hate Street Fighter, don't get me wrong here, but for all the love they're pumping to Street Fighter, they've left a lot of their other franchises languishing in the dark, and that has to change. Come on, Cat.
The Street Fighter machine is real. I mean, like, there's the esports thing is behind it. The whole community, like, it's I think it's bigger than them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that bad, all they got to do is say Rival Schools 3, and maybe a familiar Street Fighter face will stop by to wish them luck. Yeah, that's how you do it.
I think what they'll do is they'll throw in Rival Schools characters. Actually, they released a beach stage with Rival Schools characters in the background, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
The band stage.
The band stage,
or the stage that people wanted banned, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the one that was banned. Yeah. Oh, because of the obfuscation.
You couldn't see crap in the water.
You can't see stuff in the water. So if you drop like an item in the water, anyway, we gotta sign off. We gave you the email. We gave you the website. You know what to do next. Go to
Come
the moon.
to our website and
go to the moon and go to the website.
Yes,
the moon. Yeah, that's it. So I'm Rob Nichols.
And I'm Pernell.
Thank you for listening.
And have a good night. And remember, it's easy to want to fit into the mold of society, what people want you to be and who they want you to be programmed to be, because that's what's popular, that's what's in. But remember, you're your own unique program. You're your own mechanism, and you deserve to be tuned to your own specifications. Rock out with your shoes on, because the other version wouldn't have been so pleasant. And remember that you are, whatever you decide you want to program yourself to be, it's a program worth checking out and worth, applicating.
Let's just put pixels in your pants. You're good to go.
That too. Get down to business. Good night, folks.
Good.